You are now listening to Sirius Mindz RnTv with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Sirius Mindz RnTv. Sirius Mindz for Serious Minds. Seriously. Sirius Mindz Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Sirius Mindz Brain Tonic, the resurrection formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
I don't know what happened to the black men in this community, Callie. I don't know what happened to them.
The Alternative Black Studies online course with instructor Professor Griff. Sign up today at www.professorgriff.me and Serious Minds Institute.
They got their dashikis and their dreads and their this and that and telling you run rampant out here.
The Alternative Black Studies online course with instructor Professor Griff. Sign up today at www.professorgriff.me and Serious Minds Institute. The Alternative Black Studies online course with instructor Professor Griff. Sign up today at www.professorgriff.me and Serious Minds Institute. Thank you. Greetings, everyone. How's everyone doing? All right. A few things we want to talk about today. I want to dive right into it, but in the meantime, between time, we got to take care of some of the bills. How's everyone doing over here on IG? Hope y'all doing all right. And hold on for a second. I got that. Bye. All right. Shout out to everyone on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. All right. I know I'm coming on at an awkward time on an awkward day, but prepping myself for 2022 to kick in. I'm not going to be coming on at nights too often because I've already prepared my next project for 2022, that music that is, and get the Green, Black, and Red in book. So I'm going to roll it out and take care of the people that have already donated to the cause, get that out to them, and just kind of roll the musical project out slowly but surely. All right. In the meantime, in between time, there's a few things I want to talk about. So let's get some of the business out of the way. First of all, I want to say greetings to everyone. And just to let everyone know, I'm not taking the position of this as the Scrooge, but a few people have sent me, I guess, I can say holiday well wishes. And then, I asked them, well, what holiday are you talking about? Can you please explain? And they get kind of upset with me and that kind of thing. And it's like, okay, well, thank you anyway. All right. And for the people that that's on the other end of my French, and thank y'all too. Really appreciate that. And we will be talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas the Merry Mess, and we will be talking about Kwanzaa, and we will be talking about the winter solstice. We will be talking about all of those things a little bit later on. Not right now. All right? Okay. But I do want to say Abarigani, and what should your response be? Come on, family. Come on. Come on. This is Serious Minds, RnTv. This is not the other channel. I'm not them other people. So if I say to you Abarigani, you should say what? According to the Nguzu Saba, you should say what? Thank you. True 5-star. Really appreciate you. Thank you. And the rest of y'all? True 5-star got it. Come on. Well, we want them to know. That's why we're having a conversation. All right? We're not going to just write them off and say, well, they don't know, and hurl a few insults at them and let that be that. Nope, we're educating people right now. That's why I call the channel Serious Minds, because serious minds attract serious minds. Seriously. If you don't know, go look up the 5 principles. Okay. The 7 principles, pardon me, of Kwanzaa, the Nguzu Saba, and tell me. Thank you very much, Barbara. Really appreciate you. Buddha, thank you very much. Buddha bless Rob, thank you. Sankofa 1930, thank you. All right, who else know? Robin, thank you very much. If someone says Abarigani, you answer. What should your answer be? All right, if you don't know, now you know. Black love for sure, thank you very much. Emoja, and what does emoja mean? What is emoja? Some say Ujamaa, but what is emoja? All right, D_145, thank you very much. Come on. It means unity. All right, the first principle of Kwanzaa. So for the next 7 days, I'm going to be saying to you Abarigani, and you're going to answer with the principle of that day. All right, I believe on the 5th day, which is Nia, I'll be speaking in Atlanta and just kind of laying out purpose. All right, just for a few minutes. All right, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Today, I want to talk about the Peace Corps worker. All right, I'm going to be talking about the Peace Corps worker now, who just kind of basically, was murdered. A Peace Corps worker killed a woman, pardon me, in Africa, and then the U.S. helped him escape prosecution. All right, and then later on, we're going to talk about a school in D.C. All right, we're going to talk about a school in D.C. that desperately needs our help, and we're going to be talking about Christmas, the Merry Mess, and we're going to be talking about Kwanzaa a little bit later on tonight. Right now, I'm going to go over this story that I found very interesting. It was sent to me by Soleil. But before we do that, hold on. Before we dive into that particular story, it's a very interesting story. You can kind of pull the story up. All right. Jot this down. A Peace Corps worker killed a woman in Africa. The U.S. helped him escape prosecution. Put that in Google so you can pull the story up. I'm going to put it up so you can see the story. If you're on IG, you might want to come on over to YouTube. That's www.professorgriff, pardon me. That's www.youtube.com/C/Serious Minds RnTv. All right. All right. Hold on. I'm going to show everyone on the screen what you should be pulling up. Come on over, fam. Olan. Let me get it to fit the screen right there. All right. And then we're going to click that, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go there. All right. All right, fam. All right, so if you're on IG, you might want to come on over. But in the meantime, between time, you can look up a Peace Corps worker killed a woman in Africa, and then the U.S. helped him escape prosecution. All right, that's what we're going to be talking about today. It was one of those kind of stories that I've read early one morning, and it kind of stuck with me, and I said I was going to talk about it. Also, a friend of mine, Erica from D.C., sent me a story about a school that I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. All right, fam. All right, that's at the 9 o'clock hour. But right now, we're going to have this discussion right here. But before we do that, hold on. All right, and then we're going to talk about. All right, we got that. All right, fam. As y'all already know, the Nasir Oil and the Resurrection Formula and the Sirius Mindz Brain Tonic is in stock and it's on sale right now. All right. And everyone on IG, this is what I'm talking about. The Mighty Buddha. Peace, man. What's good, Lord? How you feel, good, bro? The Mighty Buddha in the building. All right. So, fam, it's the Resurrection Formula. And a lot of times when I do the show, I mention the Resurrection Formula, but some people have asked me, they said, how come you never tell us what's in the Resurrection Formula? And my bad. I thought I'd give the website out. I thought people would go on the website and they would kind of read what's in the Resurrection Formula. And I thought I was kind of straight. All right. So yeah. So yeah. All right. So let me kind of dive into it. It's a men's sexual tonic. All right. The Resurrection Formula, by its name, is a male sexual tonic elixir. All right. It's not one of those kind of stimulant kind of elixirs. This is something that you take and you keep in your system. Now, if you need to be stimulated by it, all right, of course, you would just take 3 dropperfuls, 30 minutes or so before you about to, who's the artist that's like, Encore? Come on, give me her name, y'all. Help me out. Come on. He says an encore. Cheryl Lynn. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cheryl Lynn is her name. Mighty Buddha. Who made the song Encore? Come on, man. Help me up. Help me out, Buddha. Cheryl Lynn, right? I think so. So before your show and then your encore, 30 minutes, drop this. But I would suggest that you just kind of keep this in your system. So it's this male reproductive tonic elixir. Hold on for a sec. Is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgens-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. It keeps the prostate healthy, reduces enlargement of the prostate, and nourishes the kidneys. It helps increase the blood flow and energy and supports strong sexual function. Each bottle is lovingly handcrafted and aged for at least 6 weeks. For the optimal results, this tonic is meant to be taken daily per suggested use for long-term male reproductive sexual health energy. Allow 2 weeks for results. So you have to get it in your Cheryl Lynn. Thank you very much, Lorray_N. Really appreciate you. Cheryl Lynn. Thank you, Derek Bailey. Cheryl Lynn. Thank you. Shout out to Cheryl Lynn. All right. And then it says, for immediate enhanced sexual performance, take 3 dropperfuls 1 hour prior to sexual activity. That's the Resurrection Formula. All right. Okay. Other than this, we would encourage you to kind of be very health conscious, getting rid of meats and dairies and processed food out of your system to cut down on the mucus, which may stop a lot of these things from doing what it's supposed to do. All right. Now, okay. The Serious Mindz Brain Tonic, which is this right here. All right. The Serious Mindz Brain Tonic. All right. I'm sorry I have to go over this deliberate and this slow, but a lot of people have asked me, so I kind of dropped it on them. Peace, Double B. What's good with you, bro? All right. The Serious Mindz Brain Tonic was created to help sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. A lot of people are having brain fog right now. All right. A lot of people are having brain fog. All right. Regular use may help improve brain function, mood, memory, circulation, clarity, cognitive function, creative thought, concentration, energy, and promote normal levels of mental alertness. It is a rejuvenating nervine and adaptogenic, helping to balance the nervous system, reduce anxiety, and assist the body with resisting stresses. All these things that kind of stress you out, give you energy, help you with clarity, and that kind of thing. Herbs used in the formula may also be shown to studies to improve Alzheimer's disease and ADHD. None of these things have been approved by the FDA. They're not to treat, cure. All right. They're not, I'm not giving you medical advice to treat and cure. All right. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I'm educating you just a little. All right. So don't take it and run with it. All right. Both of the formulas have been aged for 6 weeks at a time. It's just to enhance your clarity, your sexual energy, and that kind of thing. All right. If you want to order any of those, the Serious Mindz Brain Tonic. Of course, you can go to www.professorgriff.me and order right now. All right. Serious Mindz Brain Tonic and the Resurrection Formula. All right. Now, let me go over one more with you. The one I've been encouraging us to get so we can kind of protect ourselves. Just another layer of protecting yourselves. I know everyone's went back to wearing masks. And a year and a half ago, I was telling people, regardless of what mask you wear, where's one of my masks? I don't think I have it down here. But whatever mask you're wearing, I was suggesting that you take colloidal silver and you spray your mask and wash your mask often. All right. So then what I did with that is I took another layer of protection, and I just basically started taking the Nasir oil. All right. When I know that I'm about to go out amongst the people, any people. All right. And the Nasir oil is a traditional oil that basically, when you kind of course, it's handmade, but the nostril passages are a direct pathway to the brain and the doorway to consciousness. Through it, we breathe, all right, in, and we breathe out. So what me and my wife started doing was taking the Nasir oil to line our passageways, all right, in the back of our throat, all right. And we did that to protect ourselves. And then this is going to be the third layer. Of course, our health, our immune system, and then our liver, not our diet, will protect us. All right. Staying very mindful. All right. Keeping our hands clean. And then, of course, wearing a layer with colloidal silver mask and then protecting our nasal passages. All right. In addition, when there is excess buildup of mucus in the sinus, throat, nose, head, etc., it's best to eliminate through the nose. So a lot of times we blow our nose and we clear out the passageways. But what we do is after we clear out the passageways every morning, we line the passageways with the Nasir oil. I just received the box from Devi Tribe Wellness. All right. And I probably have a dozen left, the Nasir oil. So what you do is you take the Nasir oil, put a drop in each nostril. All right. Massage it in. All right. Hold your head back and keep your head back for about 3 minutes. Let it take its natural course. And what it's going to do, as far as gravity is concerned, to line your passageways. All right. Do not blow your nose because you need the Nasir oil in. All right. Put your mask back on and keep the mask on for a certain period of time. All right. And that's your third, fourth layer of protection. All right. I'm just telling you what we do. All right. And like I said, this is not to cure or to treat. All right. Just letting you know some of the traditional things that we borrowed from our ancestors' ancestors. All right. All right. It says, hold on for a second. It says directions: tilt the head back and drop 3 to 5 drops in each nostril. Sniff deeply and lay back for 5 minutes if possible. Administer twice daily, morning and afternoon, and when you're going out in public for extra protection. It's called the Nasir oil. Write it down. Write it down and then go to www.Devi Tribe Wellness. As you can see, hold on. Right here. Devi Tribe Wellness. www.DeviTribeWellness.com. All right. Order it right now. Thank you, Jane Smith. The disclaimer is consult your medical professionals. I'm not a medical professional. All right. I'm not treating or curing anything that may be wrong with you. All right. That's the disclaimer. Thank you very much, Ms. Smith. All right. Warning and disclaimers. Not for use by pregnant women. As with many dietary and herbal supplements, you would advise your health care practitioner of the use of this product and any other products I mentioned today. If you are nursing and considering pregnancy, please consult your health care practitioner prior to using this product. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, and prevent any disease. Consult your physician or midwife if you are pregnant. All right? The Nasir oil, resurrection formula, and the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. All right. Had to get that out for today, fam. Thank you all very much for being patient with me. Really appreciate that. All right. I'm just doing what I've been given to do as far as my mission is concerned to help us stay healthy. There has been approximately 18 people that I know of over the last 2 years that have caught COVID that I've been around. And this didn't affect me at all. Build your immune system, family. Build your immune system. Build your immune system. I'm going to say this again in English. Build your immune system. Start there. And then we can take all the necessary precautions on what we need to do. All right? Okay. Derek asked you, chill with that, man. Stick to the subject. We're talking about a Peace Corps worker killed a woman in Africa. And then the U.S. helped him escape prosecution. So can we just take a deep breath in through your nose? Your stomach should protrude. Don't pull your stomach in and stick your chest out. It's the other way around. Breathe in through your nose. Let your stomach protrude. Breathe out your mouth until you almost feel dizzy. Breathe, breathe. Let it go. Let it go. Sit quiet for a minute. Press the reset button. All right. And what I'm going to need for the generation coming behind me is to learn how to stay focused. If you can't stay focused for the next 20, 30 minutes so we can kind of have this conversation, then please do me a favor, dismiss yourself. All right? Just bow out. Peace, give me the peace sign, and ain't no love lost. All right? Stay focused. Look up the article right now. A Peace Corps worker killed a woman in Africa, and the U.S. helped him escape prosecution. Like I said, we're coming back on tonight at 9 o'clock to have a different conversation about Christmas, Kwanzaa, and of course, we're going to talk about the school in D.C. Shout out to Erica for sending me the article. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. We're going to get black to that. All right. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. An American Peace Corps employee in Tanzania in 2019 killed a mother of 3 and injured 2 others in a series of car crashes that began after he left a bar where he had been drinking and brought a sex worker back to his government-leased home. All right. Okay. Witness pelted the man's car with rocks and pursued on motorcycles as he fled the scene of his crimes. The chaotic, deadly episode. Hold on for a second. Let me see, how can I do this? I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to pull that there, and I'm going to pull this down here. All right, can I do that? I think I can do that. All right, and then I'm going to stop my screen. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share that. It's best if I do it this way so I can look up. All right, it feels better to me. All right, the chaotic, deadly episode ended when he slammed into a pole and was detained by police. But within hours, the Peace Corps in the U.S. Embassy staff rushed the man onto a plane and out of the country. Tanzanian authorities were unable to charge him first, and the U.S. Department of Justice later declined to file criminal charges because of lack of jurisdiction. The man remained on the Peace Corps staff for 18 months before resigning in February, the agency said. The incident was briefly mentioned on a June report. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to make it wide enough so anyone that wants to try to read it can follow it. The incident was briefly mentioned in a June report to Congress from the Peace Corps Office of Inspector General. But the summary, it's sparse and lacks key details. It does not say when the incident happened, identify the African nation where it took place, name the employee, or say how much the taxpayer dollars was spent in the aftermath. It also does not identify the woman he killed, who is referred to as only a street vendor. All right. Are we processing this, family? Now, this is a U.S. citizen, government worker working in Tanzania, who killed a street vendor and injured other people and then crashed his car. And then the U.S. Embassy and the Tanzanian government, this is what it says. Hold on. They whisked him out within hours. The Peace Corps and the U.S. Embassy staff rushed the man onto a plane and out of the country. All right. USA Today has since interviewed nearly a dozen sources familiar with the August 24, 2019 incident, including Americans who knew of the incident at the time and relatives of the woman who was killed, several of whom were at the scene of the crash in Dar es Salaam. The newspaper investigation identified the driver as John M. Peterson. John M. Peterson. I'm going to say it one more time. John M. Peterson. Then the 65-year-old director of management and operations for the Peace Corps in Tanzania. It says the woman Peterson killed was a 47-year-old Rabia Issa. Rabia Issa, Muslim woman, all right, who was the primary breadwinner in her family, according to her relatives. Issa was gathering firewood around the dawn at the side of the road where she was hit. Her and her sister was gathering the firewood. This is a picture of her family. It says, when we arrived at the scene, we found a huge crowd of onlookers looking at the lifeless body of our sister draped in a cloth lying on the ground. She said in Swahili, tears rolling down her cheeks as she stood at the labyrinth of concrete shacks where she lives. Issa's family keeps a faded black and white copy of Peterson's Tanzanian driver's license. They said police gave them. They know little else about Peterson and believed he worked at the U.S. Embassy in Dar es Salaam. Pardon me. Here is Peterson, and here is his driver's license. They said, we don't know anything about the man who killed my mother. Benji Issa Rabia's 23-year-old son said, when we went to police the following day, he had already been released and the car was taken away from the police station. The disturbing episode clashes with Peace Corps' aspirational mission of promoting world peace and friendship, and raises new questions about whether those in charge of fulfilling that promise had done at the expense of the communities that the agencies, volunteers and meant to serve. It says, in response to an investigation earlier this year by the USA Today into the agency's mishandling of the sexual assaults of volunteers. So not only were they sexually assaulting the volunteers, was not only assaulting volunteers and sexually assaulting people in Africa. This particular individual, Mr. Peterson, murdered a woman and then they whisked him out of the country. All right. Okay. Yet Peterson's case shows the federal agency quietly cleaned up a deadly incident, and 2 years later, officials refused to answer key questions about what happened. All right. Carol Spahn, the agency's chief executive, declined to be interviewed for this article. In a written statement, she said, Rabia Issa's tragic death broke my heart and horrified me. Nothing can replace the loss of Miss Issa's life or heal the harm experienced by so many, and my condolences go out to her family and the other victims, their loved ones, and everyone impacted by the tragedy. Ms. Spahn, who's the country's director in Malawi, at the end of the incident. At the time of the incident, pardon me. So it goes on to say that they tried to contact Mr. Peterson, who is now 67, living in Maryland. All right. They went to his house, tracked him down, talked to some of his family, and they said Rabia's family, and I'm skipping down now. Rabia Issa's family relatives told USA Today they received 20 million Tanzanian shillings, the equivalent of about $8,700, after her death, and was told the money came from the company that insured Rabia's vehicle, Peterson's vehicle. Wow. Wow. After her death, they were told the money came from the company that insured the vehicle. So it must have been an insurance policy on the vehicle. And I guess he got into an accident using the vehicle, so the insurance paid the family. But you're talking about whisking a man out of the country before he can face prosecution. All right? That should speak volumes. Now, if this was reported, can you imagine all of the rape and other incidents that go on, and they whisk these individuals out of the country? It says, in an odd coincidence, 3 days after, I'm skipping down now. In an odd coincidence, 3 days after Peterson killed Rabia Issa, the wife of an American diplomat in the United Kingdom was accused of striking and killing a 19-year-old motorcyclist while driving on the wrong side of the road, sparking an international scandal. The woman, Anne Sakolas, left the country, and the U.S. officials declined to extradite her to face charges. The incident prompted a debate about diplomatic immunity and agreement under which certain foreign diplomats and their families are prosecuted protected against prosecution in foreign countries. Overseas Peace Corps employees do not have diplomatic immunity. Let me read that again. Overseas Peace Corps employees do not have diplomatic immunity. The teen's family, aided by a team of lawyers, later filed a lawsuit against Sakolas in Virginia and reached a settlement this year in terms, and the terms was not disclosed. The UK court officials said last week they will try Sakolas on a criminal charges in 2022, but it's unclear if they will appear in person or by video. As you can see, it's a double standard. Unless you're rich and you have money that can try these people, nope, you will not get justice. All right. Neighbors talked about the shocking news which left us completely devastated. All right. This is her. Rabia Issa was buried in a Muslim ceremony near cemetery, near where her family lives in Dar es Salaam. The headstone includes parts of her full name, Rabia Issa Muhammad, in Nilo. Though she went by Rabia Issa. All right. Wow. This is her tomb, so this is it. Probably written by someone's index finger. And I'm not sure if you know, but in Islam, you have to be buried 24 to 48 hours after your passing. All right. It says our sister Rabia was everything to us. Hamida Isa said, she is one of who brought us to Dar Islam. We don't have any relatives here. She was supporting us. We really miss her. All right. Yeah. That's the story I wanted to bring to you. Of course, I skimmed through it. And it's sad that this woman's family, who you see here on the screen, all right, and this gentleman right here, all right, John Martin Peterson, who lives in Maryland, all right, went on for 18 months, all right, to receive a salary, a government-issued salary, all right, and not been brought to justice. And I'm pointing this story out today to let everyone know that these kind of things happen. And you wonder why Americans are hated throughout the world. Very interesting. So let's just think about that, family, and think about how other people are treated around the globe. When you start talking about, we kept hearing over and over and over and over the last 3 or 4 presidents, we're making the world safe for democracy. That brings something else. That brings something else to mind. Why is it that people have to have certain papers to travel through their own country? especially now. So I gotta have papers to travel from Uganda, Ghana to Sierra Leone. I gotta have certain papers to go from country to country. In case y'all skipped that in 9th grade geography class, Africa is not a country. I'm going to pause on that one. Africa's not a country. It's a continent. There are countries in Africa. It's sad that I have to say that. I'm whispering because I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence. Maybe I should break for a commercial. Did we process it yet? We good? We good? All right, cool. We good. So you can't say someone speaks African. Like you're saying someone speaks English and it covers the whole of America. You can't say someone speaks African. You can't say someone speaks Chinese. There's different languages in China. I guess it would be befitting right now to break for a commercial to introduce or reintroduce my alternative Black Studies course where we learned all of these things. If you would like to take my course, it's an online course. Move at your own pace. All right? You can definitely move at your own pace. But family, come on. We should know these things. All right? Okay. And every time hold on. No, hold on. Let me not do that. Hold on, no. Yeah, I know. I know. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I know. We never talk about the Arab slave trade. I got you. Well, we do talk about the Arab slave trade. It's in my course, and I've talked about it quite some time. Maybe you missed the meeting, or you missed the talk, so you need to kind of circle back. All right? And we're going to get parts of that correct, okay? Okay. It wasn't Islam that enslaved Africans. It was white people using Islam and religion to enslave people. Okay. It wasn't Christianity that enslaved Black people. Right? It was white people using religion as a tool to help enslave Black people. Okay. So make sure you get the language right. Slaves were not brought to America. I know the English language kind of throws you, but yeah, no. Okay. Someone says R.I.P. Desmond Tutu, Nobel Prize winner, anti-apartheid hero. Can someone send me some information on how he was a hero? I'm curious. Just curious. Want to know. All right. Let's get back to the subject. So if America's foreign policy and the fact that people on the continent of Africa and other places are not protected by people such as Americans, people from Australia, England, the French, the Italian, and other people that are there, all right? Yeah, you're right, Peter. Thank you very much for that information. We have to just take our time, and hopefully, I'm not selling my course right now. I'm not. I hope we would take our time and just kind of renew our history. All right. Let's take December 31st. Let's take January 1st and renew our history. All right. Let's take January 1st to renew our history. All right. Okay. What's wrong with you pressing the pause button and going back over everything that we think we know so we can get a deeper understanding of what we already know? And if you don't know it, that'll be a good time for you to start day one, January 1st, and we can rock and roll from there. Is that cool with everyone? Renew your history January 1st. All right, press the reset button. Press the cultural reset button January 1st. Can we do that? All right. I put together an entire course, which takes about 3 to 4 months to go through. Some people have taken the course. And kudos and shout out to y'all for taking my course. All right. Alternative Black Studies course. Go online, Google it. The Alternative Black Studies course. Go back over the course. All right. So, because we should know these things. We really should. Janice Davis, thank you very much. You said you're going to take the course. All right. Go online, Google it. Alternative Black Studies course, Professor Griff, or vice versa. All right. Press the reset button January 1st. And let's go. Don't be ashamed. I don't care if you're my age. It's never too late to go back and learn these things so we can move forward. All right. All right. All right. Any questions? Thank you, Nikki Love. Really appreciate you. It's never too late. It's never ever too late. What I did was I made the work easy. I pulled all of the resources into one place and gave it and put it in a framework, all right, in a way you can study it. And then we can ask questions and start piecing things apart. All right. It's a good place for people to begin. All right. And when you renew your history, it's a good place because there's tons of material in there. Questions. I have a test. I got a black IQ test. I have all kinds of things in there. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be doing things different in 2022. I may not be coming on as late. I want to do things where it's going to get most of us kind of engaged, like involved. I want to know where we are. All right. And some things that we should already know. Nikki loves his family. Yes, we are still learning. I'm 51 and still learning. I'm 61 and still learning. So now my question is, between now and the 1st, are we finishing up that book so we can start a new January 1st? And what book is that? Let me snatch the last book that I began reading 2 months ago. Hold on, let me snatch it right. Ba, 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 ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. So I said to myself, if I am going to be a firearms instructor and teach people and engage people to make people excited about wanting to defend themselves using firearms, right? Peter, you said you 49 and you're still learning. Give thanks. So I just said to myself, I want to dive deep. All right. I want to be able to pull as much information together to be able to not only go over the curriculum and the lesson plan given to me to teach via the USCCA and the NRA. I want to have my own course of study so I could learn and go deeper. It's not only the practical stuff which they give us to teach you guys as an instructor, but I want to be able to learn on my own. What is it about us? And what is it about just simple stuff like women and firearms, women and guns, black people and firearms, black people in the Second Amendment. So I started doing research and I started pulling down all of the information that Professor Griff needs. Now, this is just me, and I'll share it with the group of people around me. All right. So 2 books I picked up in my research and in my studies. And those 2 books are We Will Shoot Back. All right. Akinyele Omowale Emoja. All right. Armed to resist this in the Mississippi Freedom Movement. What is wrong with going through history, back through history, to see about the resistance movements? How about studying the Maroons? How about studying the Mau Mau? All right. How about studying the Civil Rights Movement? All right. What is wrong with that? I'm not too old. Just because they're calling me the professor, I want to be able to go back and study. Maybe these are missing pieces of history that I need to go back. Someone informed me that Dr. Martin Luther King carried a gun. I said, well, let me look that up. Get this book, We Will Shoot Back. The growing number of black women and black people carrying guns. All right, we need to know. Why do we need to know? What is that we need to know, Professor Griff? We need to know about this book, The Second Amendment, Race and Guns in a fatally unequal America. Carol Anderson. What is it about Carol Anderson? I never met Carol Anderson. So I Googled Carol Anderson. I pulled her up on YouTube just to see what she had to say. Had me mesmerized. I was like, wow. How come this is not being taught in the black gun clubs and classes? Come on now. Why isn't it being taught? And why aren't we teaching this? If you purchased a gun and you purchased ammo, then you should take the class, and you should go deeper into what your studies should entail. You got to study the two-way. The two-way movement is going on right now. Am I right or wrong? The two-way movement is going on right now. Right? If the two-way movement is going on right now, well, what is the two-way movement? The two-way is simply the Second Amendment movement. All right? It's the Second Amendment movement. New York Times bestseller and author of White Rage. All right? And one person and no vote. The second. Get this book and go on YouTube tonight. Check her out. All right. I'm not doing a commercial for her. I've never met the woman. But it pulled me into the point where this is mandatory if you're a black firearms instructor. I'm raising the bar right now. If you're a black firearms instructor and if you're responsible for a black, especially women's gun club, you should have these two books. There's two more I have, but I'm just bringing y'all up to speed on where Professor Griff is. All right. So I hope this last hour, family, have been informative. I hope I can offer something every time I come to this microphone. And that's my goal. That's going to be one of my goals that I'm going to aspire for and to in 2022. Every time I step before the microphone and click on the go live button, I want to be able to impart some things to you. That's when we say stick to the ribs, it's going to stick to the heart. It's going to stick to the head. Something that you can take and carry and pass it on to 3 other people. All right. I was out and about today with my wife, and it was a very nice day. So I got a chance to put back on my military garb. All right. I got a chance to wear my hat backwards so you can see my serious minds. Not my serious mind, my serious minds. All right. And everybody asked, they were like, why do you wear your hat backwards? I said, because I'm a shooter. Y'all already know that. Yeah, that got right by y'all. Anyway, so I'm glad I was able to impart something, family. I love y'all to life. I'm going to get off of here. I'll be back on at 9 o'clock in about 3 hours. And it's another story I want to talk about. It's a very critical story about a school that might need our help in Washington, D.C. All right. And of course, I want to talk about Christmas, the merry mess. And if you're really sensitive about Christmas and that kind of thing, you might not want to tune in later on because, yes, it's one of them things. _ Kiafa. It's an interesting name, Kiafa. Kiafa. Okay. Charles Williams. Shout out to Charles Williams. Peter Ingelen. Is that it? Warhammer. Peace. What's good? Of course, everybody on IG. All right. Oh, it's Swahili. Thank you very much for educating me. I love it. So once again, when I say Abarigani and you say, yeah, we're going to talk about Barry Shango a little bit later on. Yes, indeed. I say Abarigani, you say what? One more time. If I say Abarigani, you say, matter of fact, between now and the time I come on later on, can you look up the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles, Kwanzaa? Nikita Lewis, peace. What's good with you? All right, family. It's I got 3 more minutes before I click off. Love y'all to life. Thank you. You say emoja, Abarigani. And emoja is simply unity. All right. Study the 7 principles, know what they are, so we can at least put in something else in place other than our oppressors' unholy days. All right. Okay. I'm coming back on at 9 p.m. Love y'all to life. This is Professor Griff. I got to get ready to get out of here. All right. Remember, family, look up the Nasir Oil. All right. www.devitribewellness.com. Stay healthy, family. Go on my site and look up the resurrection formula, the Nasir Oil, and look up the Sirius Mindz Brain Time. Thanks to everyone that have purchased the P-Mags. Of course, the AR-15 mags. I thank y'all very much. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone for supporting the platform by purchasing a snapback in case you go out on the shooting range and you need something to cover your dome. All right. Thank you for supporting the cause. My phone number is 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. Love you all to life. This is Professor Griff. Peace. 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 Developing Urban Tactical Mindset. It's a 6 weeks online course. All right. Okay. Go to my website, www.professorgriff.me. Look it up. All right. Peace. Alternative Black Studies online course with instructor Professor Griff. Sign up today at www.professorgriff.me and Sirius Mindz Institute.
They got their dashikis and their dreads and their this and that, and police run rampant out here.
The Alternative Black Studies online course with instructor Professor Griff. Sign up today at www.professorgriff.me and Sirius Mindz Institute. The Alternative Black Studies online course with instructor Professor Griff. Sign up today at www.professorgriff.me and Sirius Mindz Institute. Thank you. Welcome to Tricknology, where we focus in on safety, training, education, and legal protection. This is Professor Griff, NRA, USCCA certified instructor. Classes are being held twice a month. Contact me at 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919. Thank you, and welcome to Tricknology, safety, training, education, and legal protection.